Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today, as you can probably tell by the title, we're going to knock some dust off of some old Hot Wheels customs that I did in the past. I'm going to do this as kind of a short series of videos. I think likely we're going to post these on Thursday, you know, as kind of like a throwback Thursday kind of thing. Yeah, I used to customize Hot Wheels quite a bit. If you've been a long-time subscriber to the channel, you already know that. If you're new, you probably don't. But I'm going to go through pretty much all of the old Hot Wheels customs that I have, that I've completed, and that have been sitting around for years, and all the ones that I still have anyway. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at all of them. I saved most of them, so we'll have a lot to look at. Today, we are going to actually look at just Porsches. So these are all the Porsche customs that I still have in my collection that I made. So without further ado, let's get right into it, starting with this one right here. I made this custom, which is pretty much a basic wheel swap and paint job. I did this right when these wheels first came out. I put them on this right away. It actually got featured on the Lamley, as is the custom on the Lamley blog. It's a pretty cool custom. It's kind of meant to look like the original Porsche 959 prototype. It's recarded on like a Porsche series card for the 959. It's not actually sealed though, so we can take it out and peek at it. It rolls. It's painted a decent silver. The hardest thing about customizing Hot Wheels, you know, nowadays people do lots of decals and stuff like that. I really didn't get into that too much. I have some, but I did, you know, screw and tap my customs so they're not glued together. This one, of course, has a plastic base. But the hardest thing about customizing really is painting the details, and I was always kind of shoddy at that. Not too great. You can see, you know, it looks worse on camera when you try to take pictures of it. How the, you know, it's tough to do. You got to have a really steady hand, quality paintbrushes and stuff like that to really hand paint the details on the cars. And to be honest, I was never that great of an artist. I never was really ever able to draw or anything like that. I can construct things, but that's pretty much where my talent is, and that's about it. But I think this custom still turned out really cool. It's one of the coolest ones I've got in my collection as far as I'm concerned. But this nice silver Porsche 959. So it's not the first 959 that I customized. The first one was actually this one, which is kind of a resto project. This was an older beat up 959 that I customized. I think I polished the windshield a bit too, and I clear coated the windshield, I think, because it was all scratched up and stuff. It looks okay. There's the base. You can see it's the 25th. I used to number my customs as well, so this would have been the 25th custom that I made. Not all of them are going to have numbers on them because I stopped that after a while. I stopped logging everything. The painted details look okay. I used like a metal cast paint job, and then I accidentally, when I went to grab clear coat, I clear coated it with a flat clear. So that's why it's not super glossy. But I think it looks all right. The color's a little bit odd. It was supposed to be kind of a fade effect from yellow to orange, going from top to bottom, which I guess turned out okay. These wheels were from a Boulevard Fiero. That's a decent looking little 959 custom. So, well, there you have that one. Not too bad. Not too great. Not too bad. And then next, we'll go through, well, actually, let's do these. I did like a series of cars. I'm trying to think of what the first one I did was. It's probably this one, I think. So I did a series of these like 935/7/8 where I was just like painting them in every color and then putting this same old graphic on it. See, there's dust on this card here. Quite a bit of dust. So yeah, we'll just kind of go through them. But they're all these. This is the 44th custom that I made. As you can see from the base there. And this is in a metal cast. These are all spray paint, by the way. All this was done with spray paint. And it's kind of interesting to see how the paint job's held up over the years. This one it's got almost like a crackle effect on the top there, actually all over the car, where eventually the undercoat started reacting with the clear coat above it and did that weird thing. So it's got basic Real Rider tires on it. This decal of this snake and then like the numbers. The snake actually was a decal I made for a particular project, which was my first LED custom, LED light up headlight custom. I used to do that quite often. And then I just had a bunch of extra decals, so I started throwing them on the hoods of these Porsches. And I think they turned out pretty decent. It's kind of a fun little thing. So this was that metal cast orange. Let's see here. The second one I think I did was a metal cast red, which would be this one here, which is basically, I think so. Yeah, this is 44 and this is 45. Is this metal cast red? And this one, same sort of issues. It almost looks like with the clear coat, and it did actually chip off right here on the side. Like I didn't hit that against anything. It just me one little spot where the paint didn't adhere properly. Yeah, it looks pretty good in red though too. Different number. Used the number 1 instead of 7. These decals I did make myself on just like a laser printer, black toner. Pretty much what you're limited to. This one's missing a screw in the back, so I think I did something to screw up that back post. That looks pretty decent in red. Not too bad. And then I continued on. I don't know. Let's see here. I'm trying to look at the numbers. 46. So I don't know if these weren't all sequential, but it's this guy right here. This one actually looks really cool, I think. It's almost the original color blue, so I stripped it. Actually, you know what? It is the original color blue. Now that I think about it, I did not paint this car. I did a tampo removal on it with some acetone, and then I put the graphics on it, threw some wheels on it, and there you have it. 46. I think on all these, I might have had to actually, I can't tell. Yeah, I think on a lot of these I had to paint. Yeah, I did. I had to paint the base black, I think, on all of these. I think that base was originally silver on the original release of the car. But same deal, snake logo, or snake on the hood, some numbers. Turned out okay. Pretty decent. I used to have so much fun just painting these cars. Here's this one, pretty wild. Bright green. Some ultra hot wheels. Yeah, it turned out okay. The wheel donor obviously didn't have perfect wheels to begin with. It looks like there's still a little bit of rust on the end of the axle right there. Yeah, turned out okay. And then I did like a darker green. That's 47, this is 48. With some black walls. That one looks pretty decent. But again, same old. Same scheme. But looks okay. And then, let's see here. If that was, here's one that actually still has the gray base. So I did not paint the base black on this one. And here it is in gold. Screwed up the back decal there. Looks alright. Like stock car wheels. So at any time I could change the bases around on all of these and just switch the colors and wheel combinations as much as I would want, really. Not that I really want to do that, but it is possible. So there's that one, and then I got two more. So then this purple one with gold wheels. This one still has a gray base. This one looks pretty good. Looks pretty decent. So when you're using spray cans, you're kind of limited to what like good colors you got. This one's more of like a raw metal look. It's not quite a Zamac because it wasn't really polished. It was just raw metal that was clear coated. And actually, I think this one might actually look the coolest. This one was numbered, so I did paint the base. That one actually probably is my favorite. So yeah, all in all, how many is that? That was, I can zoom out for just a second. And they got one more casting to look at that I customize frequently. That 8. So 8 of those guys. Anyway, those were fun to make. I basically did it because it was an easy little formula of a custom to do, and it was fun to test out different colors and stuff and just kind of see how the paint would turn out. And I think most of them turned out pretty neat. The next casting we'll take a look at is this one right here. This is definitely a favorite. 993 GT2. This one has a switch in the bottom, so it does have headlights. Although the battery's probably pretty close to dead. And you can barely see the lights in there. They're still there. This one I didn't make my own axles for this one, so I had to kind of carve out the plastic, get the wheels in there. It looks okay, but not great. The back wheel doesn't really look real good back here. It sits in too far. Headlights turned out okay. But I think at the end of the episode we'll take this one apart. I'm going to show you what the inside of this looks like, so stay tuned for that here. The next two, I didn't put any lights in, but they're the same casting. You can tell I made my own axles with this one with little brass tubes. The detail turned out okay, but you can see it's not the best. That looks decent though. The wheel and color combination on it looks great. Looks quite good. Rolls nice. So that one's pretty decent, and then this one is the other one. This one I did some weird color combo with it, where I painted it like translucent orange and then painted like this translucent purple over the top of it. Trying to get like a sunset kind of look to it. And it turned out okay. Wheels look pretty good on it. Minor detail just in the back there. It's so hard to paint details. And then to go back after you spend all that time painting details to go back and clear coat the things, that was always a nerve-wracking thing because you never knew, like you were hoping the paint cured all the way before the clear coat, and that the clear coat that you chose wasn't going to mess with the paint below it. So it was always a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a nerve-wracking thing. But that one turned out okay. Ooh, I have one more before I get to the little finale one here. This one was another little one I did. The Outlaw Porsche. Those wheels are actually like from an Erdl car. It looks like a nice little classic Porsche though. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty neat. And then lastly, this one I painted the original color that was on here. And then I sent it to Mr. Sensitivity along with a couple other things, and he painted the Golf logo and put the Golf decals on here. So he had a part in this one. I've always been meaning to swap the wheels out on it because it's got the original plastic wheels. And I've always wanted to go ahead and take those plastic wheels and swap them out. But this one also has lights in it. And the battery's still sort of working there. You can kind of see that. Little headlights. That was always a challenge to do. Let's go ahead and unscrew this one and just take a peek at it real quick. So let's see here. Let's do this live. without any editing, I should say. There's one screw. There's the other. And here's what it looks like. Let's see if I can pop this out here without wrecking anything. Alright, so the two LEDs are mounted back right here, covered in some black paint so that it doesn't bleed through the wheel well. There's your headlights. You can see the LEDs in there. There's the battery I used. You can see kind of the wiring actually is like a paper clip for wire. And just kind of bend it, solder it up. It's really basic circuits, just a switch, a battery, and LEDs. There's no resistor needed or anything like that. It's just a 3-volt battery. Of course, I had to chop up the interior to get it to work, so the seats are gone. I don't know if that's the case on... Yeah, it is. I'm looking through the window of this one just to see. I changed up kind of what I did a few times. I think I had a bunch that actually had the original like roll cage in them, and those you didn't have to worry about. You had to cut out the seats, but it looked a little bit better because the roll cage was in there. So you didn't have to actually like glue everything like this. So like the interior piece is actually glued to the window. But it looks okay. It's kind of interesting. I just thought it'd be fun to show you that. Little gut shot of the kind of the process there. See if I can snap it back together real quick. Yep, snaps back together good. Some debris. Go ahead and screw it back together. But yeah, that's about it. So I think this would just be kind of fun to do. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'm going to post these videos. It might only be like maybe 3 videos max, I think it's going to be, where I'll take a walk down memory lane when I used to customize Hot Wheels. It's something I would definitely love getting into again eventually. If I do ever do it again, though, it's going to be all out with the airbrush and stuff like that. You know, if I'm still into this hobby and stuff, it's my son gets a little bit older, he'd be able to participate in such a thing. That might be a hobby that we get into together. I don't know. You never know. But yeah, just thought you might enjoy it. My favorite one probably out of all these is probably this one. If not that one. And then if not, this one. Alright, well, thank you guys very much for watching this quick little video. Like I said, hope you enjoy it. If you didn't, oh well. It'll be in the Hot Wheels customizing playlist, which is pretty short on my channel. But yeah, check it out if you get the chance. Thank you very much and have a good day.